Today we're going to take a look at Zweilous. This Pokemon is interesting. I built this Pokemon actually quite a bit ago, but I've never really used it on any video because I didn't really find it too interesting in the beginning. But then the Dragon Breath change happened as well, and now this Pokemon has a completely different role in the meta. And today we're going to explore this Pokemon in the Great League, and we're going to have an interesting team here again. It is Basically, by the way, like this is like the main core that I'm using for a lot of my teams actually. If I want to showcase any kind of dark type Pokemon, I kind of go for the core of Doublade as well as Licky, and for good reason. This is something, by the way, that's going to be happening on my channel as well for the next season, where I'm going to take a look at the best cores in Pokemon GO, because those are quite important to build your own teams as well. And this is like, for example, there are other cores as well, but this is one of those main cores that I would have in a video like this, where I just showcase, okay, you can use Doublade in the lead, you can use your Licky as a side swap and put any dark type in the back, or there's some other type of Pokemon that you can run there as well, and you have a super great functioning team. And this is the thing that we did here today as well. We're going to have our Zweilous in the back as our dark type, which is weak to ice type Pokemon, which Doublade can resist, which is weak to fire type Pokemon, which Doublade can destroy, and the type itself is actually very good against the weaknesses of Doublade, and the first battle we win. So yeah, like this team is fantastic in the way it's designed. It's been my go-to way of playing the just generally in the Go Battle League this season. This has been basically my go-to team ever since the change of Licky's Shadow Ball being stronger. This team just got such a ginormous buff, it's ridiculous. I think also only this season is when Doublade got strong. Doublade is kind of necessary for this one here, as Doublade is going to be a Pokemon that just has the coverage that no other Pokemon has, with especially the typing that you have as well. Aegislash, of course, has the same typing, but it doesn't have the same coverage, and Aegislash is played quite a bit differently. And by the way, the Aegislash is a Pokemon that I'm looking to use my XL Canyon, my rare XL Canyon. What Pokemon are you currently trying to keep your rare XL Canyon for? I would like to know that in the comment section as well. Doublade is just a Pokemon, like the Aegislash is just a Pokemon that I'm really intrigued on how a good one would play in the Go Battle League, and the Doublade they have currently here on this team has really good IVs, and this is one of the Pokemon that I really would like to try. Anyway, we're going to see here the Dino, the Zweilous against the Talonflame. We're going to talk a bit about the Zweilous, the role of this Pokemon as well in this video, and if you should build or not. And this is the thing as well. Here, we are going to be able to go for a Body Slam against the opponent's Talonflame. We're going to knock them out, and we're actually going to be able to win the second battle already as well with our Zweilous. Zweilous is a cool Pokemon. With a recent change to Dragon Breath, this Pokemon is just played so much differently. Back in the day, Zweilous was used in order to have a lot of fast move pressure, have Body Slam, and then just barely get to like 1 or 2 Dark Pulses, if you're lucky. But now, with the change to Dragon Breath of it doing less damage but generating more energy, you're going to have now a Pokemon that is actually insanely spammy. You get to your Body Slam after just 9 turns, which is super fast, faster than most of the meta currently. And basically, this Pokemon itself has so much potential right now. Like, it is honestly so strong. Like, the only Pokemon that's faster than it is kind of like Primeape, and that's basically it. And so you have here a Pokemon that has Stab on its fast move, Stab on a hard-hitting charge move and Dark Pulse as well, and then Body Slam, which reaches insanely fast. And you have also an interesting type combination in the Dragon and Dark typing, which is quite unique, but there is a Guzlord in the room. Guzlord is the same type. It's a bit played differently. It has Dragon Tail instead of Dragon Breath, which is basically practically the same move, but just as a 3-turn. Dragon Breath generally preferred. You're going to have the Brutal Swing over Body Slam. Brutal Swing is better than Body Slam, like full stop. Brutal Swing is a dark type move that is, I think, the same damage as, even 5 extra damage than Body Slam. Generally does more damage because it's a stab move. And then you have Dragon Claw instead of Dark Pulse, which is practically a very similar move. But yeah, it just kind of fits a little bit better there because you have your double step used a little bit better on the Guzlord compared to the Zweilous. So why would you want to run Zweilous? It's mainly, I think, because of the Dragon Breath pacing, because you have the Shadow bonus, so you do a little bit more damage than the Guzlord would do. But which one is better, we're going to talk about here today as well, as we're going to be able to win this battle with just a few HP left. Okay, let's commentate some battles. We're going to have here a horrible lead for ourselves. We're going to have the Murkrow against us. Murkrow, honestly, one of my favorite Pokemon as well. Got buffed this season as well with Foul Play being stronger. Doesn't really change too much for this Pokemon though, because the thing is for this Pokemon, You're mainly going to go for neutral scenarios for Drill Peck anyway, which is still stronger than Foul Play. Even after the Foul Play buff, Drill Peck is still the stronger move to go for. Here, the opponent catches the move onto the Doublade. That's fine. Well done there. I still would like to go for some Shadow Balls against them though, and that's why I decided to go for a shield. Let's see what we can do here. We are going to be able to go for a Shadow Ball here to get the shield from the opponent, and we can try our best to go for another shield here, another Shadow Ball afterwards here as well. As you're going to use a shield, this is going to be the Sacred Sword coming through. We have the Shadow Ball coming in from the opponent here as well. It's going to be able to do some solid damage. The Shadow Ball is going to get the shield though from them, and I gonna go down here. And that's okay, because I got them low, which now allows me to go into my own Doublade, get a ton of energy, and go for the full farm down. I know that they can still go for a Gyro Ball. I can't really prevent that at all. But here, I'm still going to be able to survive it because it's a resisted hit, and I'm going to be able to fully farm them down. I have a Sacred Sword stored now. They swap out into the Giratina, which is great for Zweilous, but Zweilous kinda is in an awkward spot because you still have the Murkrow. I don't get to the move in time here, and sadly you're going to lose now. Because this is not going to knock us out, Drill Peck, because they're not the Shadow version. But it's going to do too much damage for us to really win this battle here. They're still going to have their other dragon here, the Giratina. While they have the resisted Shadow Claw, it is sadly not going to be enough for us. Alright, great lead for ourselves. In comes here the Guzlord, and I sub out into the Zweilous. And here's where, for example, I would like to have a different Pokemon than Zweilous. Ideally, by the way, for this team, if I would be able to choose from any, it would be either Murkrow or Mandibuzz or Galarian Moltres for the back instead of this Pokemon, Star Zweilous. Just because you're going to have a better matchup against those Mud Slappers. That's basically the reason for it. Just having any kind of flying type Pokemon is kind of ideal. If you go for other resistances off ground, you're going to look into Bug as well as the grass typing, which are both going to be weak to fire type Pokemon, so you are kind of stuck with flying as the only viable option together with the Doublade. So that's the reason why I would rather go for any of those flying type Pokemon. But Zweilous itself definitely worked out in the back here as well, but we are not going to have any alignment, and they're going to have in the back the Oranguru. Let's see if we're going to be able to still win this. Oranguru has Dark type coverage. This is going to be quite a bit annoying, because we have here a Pokemon that's a Ghost type. And so while we resist the fast move, it still chunks away, to be fair, because Confusion is quite a strong move now. Brutal Swing is coming in. We are going to be able to just shield up this move here. And I guess our play is to hope for the best. Brutal Swing is coming in here again. And we're going to be able to go for the Sacred Sword, which is going to be able to do some solid damage here. Not enough to knock them out. I'm going to try to farm them down, but they're going to swap out now into the Florges. I have a ton of energy here for my own Licky. Body Slam is coming in. And I tried to go for the Shadow Ball there, but actually I didn't click the move correctly. That was my fault. I thought while playing the battle that I did click on the move, but apparently I completely misclicked, which I didn't see at all. Good job, me. So I deserved that I didn't get the move off there. I want to get the move off before they get to the debuff, of course. I didn't want them to debuff me first. But still, we are going to be able to go for the Sacred Sword here. Hopefully, we're still going to be able to survive. But let's find out here. We're going to be able to knock them out there. And we can still even farm the Oranguru, and we're going to be able to win the battle. That should have not been... Yeah, that should have not been something really that should have happened like this. But they have the Jellicent here against us now. We can go to our Zweilous, and they just forfeit. So, this is interesting. We're going to have the Drapion against us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for a Body Slam spam here. That's going to be fine. But generally, let's talk a little bit more about Zweilous. So, this is the thing. Zweilous would be very cool if it wasn't for Guzlord. This is just me being honest here. I feel like that Zweilous is just a Pokemon that is inferior to Guzlord. Why is this the case? Guzlord has better bulk, and honestly, Guzlord is going to be a Pokemon that, yeah, you just generally, you're gonna be more viable for you. Like, it's just gonna be better for you because you're going to be able to utilize Double Step a bit better. Having the cheap Brutal Swing is such a game changer compared to his Zweilous Dark Pulse. And then you can argue, okay, why do you not go for Hydreigon then? Hydreigon is the same as Brutal Swing though, which is better compared to, yeah, it's definitely better compared to the current Body Slam on Zweilous. But then you kind of question, what is your secondary charge move on the Hydreigon? And Hydreigon doesn't really have a great secondary charge move there. Hydreigon has like Flash Cannon, it has now Dragon Pulse, which is a bit better. It has a Fly this season. I guess Fly is usable, but you still don't have the bulk that Guzlord has. And this is the issue. Zweilous itself is a cool Pokemon. It's not a bad Pokemon at all. It's quite usable. It's a Pokemon that you can get without having to raid, which is kind of cool as well. But personally, I do think that the non-Shadow might be better than the Shadow. And also, I do definitely believe that Guzlord is the same as Zweilous and better. And that kind of ends the discussion on if you want to build yourself as Zweilous or not. If you just can trade yourself a Guzlord, which, by the way, can be a bit difficult to get for GlitchxCity. Like, it's definitely a bit difficult to get this Pokemon for that. I don't know, maybe you can, I think you can even trade it from normal raids, but you need to have like low friendship trade for that. So it's a bit difficult to get Guzlord. It's a viable alternative option for that one, but it's not better than Guzlord. And like this kind of already kills like the argument of like, oh, do you want to build it or not? And that's the thing, by the way, that I see a lot of times online as well, where people complain that I hype up every Pokemon. I honestly don't. I give you always like my honest opinion, but yeah, I talk about the positive things about the Pokemon in the beginning, but I feel like most people, like that are not you because you're listening right now, kind of stop the video after like 5 minutes and be like, okay, he's trying to hype things up. I'm giving you the honest opinion about any kind of Pokemon, any kind of team on this channel. I have no interest of trying to deceive you on being like, yeah, you should build this Pokemon. What benefit would this give me, or what benefit would this give you? It wouldn't do anything. And this is the thing here. If I was you and I have a Guzlord, I would not build Zweilous. If I was you and I don't have a Guzlord, I would build Zweilous. Zweilous itself is a good Pokemon, but Guzlord is just doing the same thing and better. And that's kind of the truth about this Pokemon. That being said, we can't just say that this Pokemon, like this Pokemon is good. Like it is not a bad Pokemon to build just generally. Like it is a good Pokemon. But let's see if we're going to be able to win. No, we're not going to be able to win this battle here. We're going to have a Florges against us. We're sadly just going to forfeit here. There's not a lot that I can do here. This is, by the way, something where Zweilous can be a bit better. Then again, we have such pompous coverage on the Guzlord as well, which I didn't even talk about yet. Like, actually, Guzlord has even better coverage than the Zweilous. So yeah, there is honestly not really a lot that I can say that would make Zweilous look better. I don't think there's anything. Like, Dark Pulse can be a bit better in certain situations, don't get me wrong. It's a little bit more damage output compared to the Brutal Swing, but Brutal Swing is cheaper to get to. It's easier to get to. The only benefit that really Zweilous has is a Dragon Breath, which is easier to count for you. It makes it easier to catch moves, which is, honestly, it's a huge thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not something that you should underestimate, but yeah. It's like it's so sad that Guzlord exists for the Great League, basically, because Zweilous is kind of gotten with that, because basically in every kind of tournament or like any kind of meta, you're going to have the option to pick between those, and I do think that Guzlord is always going to be the better Pokemon to pick from it. So that's kind of the end of this discussion. Anyway, we're going to take a look here now though at the final two battles, and I want to see how we're going to be able to do with it. We're going to have the Licky against us here. They have a ton of energy. I'm going to go into my Zweilous and swap on into the Toucannon. And we see already they're going to do some solid fast move damage against us, but we do outspeed them. We're always going to outspeed them here. The boys, I'm always going to be able to outspeed them. And I'm going to try to catch the move, which does work out actually. That's fine. I can let the move go. Let's see how much it's going to do. It's going to be the Drill Peck, and it's not going to do that much damage, which now allows me to go for another charge move, which is absolutely fantastic, because now the Sacred Sword is going to get the fire shit from the opponent. I might be even able to reach another one. Okay, we're not even close, so we're going to let the move go here. And I should be able to win with my Zweilous. I just need to go for a Body Slam against the opponent, which I don't do because I go into the Licky. That's fine. I can use a shield here. That's okay by me. Body Slam is coming in with 1 HP, which is quite unfortunate. Let's see what they have in the back here. It is going to be the Malamar, which you saw already before. And I should have maybe tried to get up to a little bit more energy, because what I didn't really expect is that I'm still going to be able to get to a move here with their Toucannon, and I could have played it better. Yeah, this is what it is. We can move on to the next opponent. So let's take a look at what we have here next. We're going to have the Jellicent against us. We're going to be able to swap out into our Licky, trying to catch the move. We didn't. It's going to be a Surf. That's going to be fine. Well, we have two good instances against Jellicent in the back. We have Licky, and we're going to have, of course, our Zweilous. And getting out the Togekiss here is fantastic. The thing is, though, a lot of times Jellicent, this is, by the way, also very important for you if you want to climb. Understanding, like, I don't know, how teams are built. A lot of times there is teams where it's Jellicent double Fairy, and then you can are screwed if you don't have alignment. And so I'm trying to get myself alignment here, which I do get, which is important, which is nice, to scout out if they have another Fairy-type Pokemon in the back. And they're going to reveal that they're going to go have here their Jellicent. So they don't want to reveal what they have in the back. I have energy on my lead. I have energy on my Jellicent. I don't know Jason on my Licky, but they're actually going to have the Licky themselves in the back, and this is going to change quite a bit of the things here. The issue is that the opponent called just a Shadow Ball, but you know what I can do here? I can catch the move as well. It's going to be just a Body Slam, which is fine, but I have Sacred Swords loaded for you, and this is perfect for me. Doublade is going to be able to just go for the Sacred Sword here, get the shield very likely. It's going to be the shield. I can go for another Sacred Sword. This is going to get the second shield very likely. And I will just most likely sacrifice my Doublade. Why? Because I feel like that my win con is to win with our Zweilous, which I will be able to do hopefully here now. As we're going to let the Shadow Ball go through, I can go into my Zweilous. I need a Body Slam to knock them out here. And I am going to be able to use a shield straight away. I know that I'm going to be fine here because I have the Jellicent in the back, which is only doing the resisted damage. They go into the Jellicent, I just gotta knock them out before they get any damage off. Why? Because now I know they have to go for 2 Body Slams now to knock us minimum. I have my Body Slam stored here still. I can knock them out, win the battle. That's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.